hero versus villain, the dark side against the light side, good and bad, or good and evil. Wait, what? How is evil, which is typically seen or felt as worse than bad, an opposite of good, which is also the opposite of bad? Good, bad, and evil can all be charged as words. Their meanings can fluctuate depending on context, but for this video we are going bare minimum, easy essentials for what they are. I can't really say much for them as far as defining them goes, as good and bad are a moral compass standard, with evil sometimes being equal to bad and other times being worse than bad. Most have had some exposure to the concept of yin and yang, even if unaware of it. As I have come to understand it, this is the idea that existence is of two halves that complement each other and even out in a sense. It's a sort of dark side and light side, but you can't really have one without the other situation. I have known many and have been one of this many myself to use the point that good is not good, or at least not as good, without there being bad in existence as a reference point. While yin and yang seems to be more Eastern philosophy that now exists in the ideas of the Western world, the West that I was raised in and grew up knowing has a basis in Christianity. My background is with Catholicism specifically, but for this video, Catholicism and Christianity are basically one and the same, we're gonna say. If anyone could tell you anything about Christianity, it would have to be that heaven and hell exist, and they are the quintessential good and bad trope in various ways. I didn't want to do too much digging because I don't really want to make this a whole religious, spiritual based video, but from a quick Google search, one can find that it is a not uncommon belief that there is a balance because of heaven, good, and hell, bad. But this is a misconception, and I'd argue that it goes beyond religion itself. In Christianity, heaven is of God and hell is run by Satan. However, God is significantly more powerful than Satan, and Satan is merely a fallen angel who is appointed to manage the misery of those who fall after his lead. Satan was originally Lucifer, a notable angel indeed, but he was no god, and God himself is far more than an angel. So to say that God and Satan are equals and thus that their domains are equivalent is inaccurate. God is superior, and Satan never needed to be the devil at all. In the same way, heaven is best and hell did not need to be so as to serve a purpose. Much the same, good exists without bad and definitely exists without evil. But where does this leave us in terms of defining words? Realistically, nothing will change from this video, but I do think that there would be two viable answers if this problem were to be acknowledged. First would be to propose a word that is a stronger version of good. Evil tends to feel a more extreme version of bad, so this solution suggests there be created a word for good that is of the same caliber. The second answer would be that good is so strong on its own that it overpowers bad and evil both, and so it can logically be antonymous to bad and evil alike. Many thanks to those who may watch this. These videos are all just little hobby projects for myself and not intended to be seen as professional or particularly important. So again, thank you so very much for watching.